What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. Latest chapter of Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest dropped, and before I even talk about that, I genuinely want to know, is anybody still reading Fairy Tail, the 100-Year Quest? Is anybody still up on Fairy Tail in general? Because when I think of Fairy Tail, I feel like Fairy Tail had the curse of the plot armor, and that's what's still happening in the 100-Year Dragon Quest, where Natsu's winning things he shouldn't be winning. Same thing with Gray. The whole Fairy Tail Guild, they're winning fights that realistically they have no business winning, and I think that's where the anime kind of failed them. But Fairy Tail also came out at like a weird time where it's not included in the big three. It's earlier than the next three, if you believe in the next three, My Hero, Demon Slayer, all of that jazz. I don't believe in the next three, but it is what it is. I looked this up right before I started filming. It dropped sometime in 2009. And My Hero didn't drop until like 2014. So it's in a weird gray area. But I feel like Fairy Tail, it's honorable mentions. It's up there with one of the more popular animes, right? But I feel like we all just kind of, low-key, we kind of just hoe Fairy Tail. Because the plot armor was just so in our face. With that being said, the plot armor is definitely in our face with this 100-Year Dragon Quest. What was it? Episode, chapter 181, I think it was. Gray is fighting the Dragon God of Gold, and the Dragon God of Gold uses alchemy. He's controlling the air, blocking magic. It's the whole premise of this 100-Year Dragon Quest. They should not be beating these dragon gods. One thing I've learned through all these chapters is that the dragon gods are vastly superior to everybody. You cannot bang with a dragon god. Selene is like phasing through different stuff. Ignia is literally, when he just charges up, he starts melting his surroundings. You have the black and white wizard, or she's like the new Acnologia. Like, what's Natsu doing in this mix? These opponents are heavyweights, and he's a featherweight. You feel me? Like, he's punching too far up weight classes where his attack shouldn't have no effect at this point. Now, Gray's boxing Viernes, where Viernes is just like, look, I use an alchemy. I've learned every magic. You can't hurt me. He like the ice in the dark mixture. I've never seen that for 100 years. I haven't seen that before, but I learned it now, so it's not going to affect me. And big props to Gray, because he's evolving and leveling up mid-fight. He's thinking like, oh, not to hurt this man with fire, I make ice. Let me make some fire ice. And he starts making some burning ice. Low-key, just dry ice, really. And Viernes is like, that's cool. It ain't going to affect me, though. And Gray's like, okay, well, let me think here. You use air to change up things with alchemy. What if I just freeze the air and we see who can last longer not breathing? You feel me? It's just an endurance battle at this point. But y'all see how Gray has no business even banging with this guy. Like, this man should just be able to turn Gray into gold. If he's blocked, the only reason Gray's even still fighting is because Viernes is just like, I'm enjoying myself. He literally says, y'all, because Selene is over there with Wendy and Carla, and he blocks them off with a magic blocking bubble, so they can't do anything. And he tells them like, I'm enjoying myself. This is interesting. Don't interfere. If he wanted to do, he could literally do the same thing to Gray and just go on about his business. But that's the problem with battle junkies. They so involved in a good fight that they forget to think. They take their eye off the grand prize. I don't even know what Viernes' grand prize is. I feel like he just wants to keep the status quo. Because before all of this, he did have his own guild that controlled alchemy, that was looking up how to destroy the dragon gods as well. So I think Viernes' whole thing is, Viernes doesn't believe the dragon gods should exist either. But it's weird with him. And he even changed himself into just an idea. Like, before all of this crazy stuff, before the Fairy Tail Guild split, not the guild, but the Fairy Tail 100-Year Dragon Quest team split up to attack the dragon gods. Because they're going crazy right now. Viernes turned himself just into like an idea, a thought. He was the literal guild itself. How does Natsu fight just a concept? Natsu was fighting a concept, and he won against a concept. How does that sound to y'all? That's where Fairy Tail's really failing. There's no reason they should be winning these battles. Was it Mercelonia? I was about to call him Murcielago, but the water dragon god as well. Like, you summon Aqua, who's the summoning that can control water, but what's she doing against a water dragon god? Why are you guys winning this fight? Not that they beat him. He came to his senses. So when it comes to Ignia, like, Ignia far outclasses Natsu. I don't see any world where Natsu should win that fight unless Ignia is drastically weakened by the new black mage, who also has a new Oracion 6. She calls him something different, but they're also banging on the original Oracion 6. It's a whole thing where clearly the villains right now are way too strong to the point where the hero shouldn't win. The only way they can is the power of plot, and that's going to be some BS. But I'm still reading it. Honestly, Fairy Tail is one of those things where it started off so good, and even though it's gotten kind of bad, it's like I'm too far invested. I feel like it's coming to an end, so why would I want to quit now when I can just thug it out and just be like, I finished the whole thing. It was good from A to B, and then from C to D. You just gotta see it through. Bro, I got to see it through. That's my mind. I got to see it through. That's my mindset right now. But what do y'all think? Like I said, are y'all even still keeping up with Fairy Tail? Comment down below. Let me know how y'all liking it. Again, Gray versus Viernes. How can you breathe, or how can you hold your breath longer than a dragon? Like, you would assume dragon got bigger lungs, can probably hold more oxygen intake or whatever. I don't even know why this was a good idea for Gray, but it was like a last ditch effort. I don't know. A lot of these fights again just shouldn't be won. What did y'all think? Comment down below. Uncrowned Kingdom. I've been your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. That's the fire that keeps the kingdom safe. This wasn't made through alchemy, because I don't bang with Viernes. This was made through the might of magic. I'm not in the Fairy Tail guild. If I was to join the guild, it's the Blue Pegasus guild, because I ain't gonna lie, they getting women, and I'm trying to get me a nice little, you feel, I'm put on a tux, I'm like, hey, hello, how you doing? Here's a drink. Would you like to see my magic? Boom, fire, hello. What? I forgot what was the point of this outro. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Peace, bro. Peace, 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 peace.